Всем привет, с вами я, Шаурма, и мы находимся в такой замечательной игре, как Age of Empires 2. Я недавно ее купил, и я планирую сделать прохождение всех кампаний. Начнем с самой первой. Будем играть за шотландцев.
Age of Empires 2 is about empire building, combat and conquest. You start from...
We are without a leader. The dead king of Scotland has no heir. War creeps in from the south, where Edward Longshanks, the avaricious king of England, has returned from successful campaigns to conquer Wales and France. As Longshanks turns his attention to Scotland, the shadow of fear settles across the Highlands. The English have thousands of Welsh longbowmen, hundreds of knights on horseback, and dozens of siege weapons. We Scottish have a rabble of untrained soldiers who do not even know how to march in a straight line. We must act soon if we have any chance of resistance. We need to forge an army by any means necessary.
Вообще была такая история, из которой нам стало известно то,
The
что
English are terrorizing all of Scotland, and it's time for us to fight back.
англичане просто взяли.
But if we're to defeat them, every one of us will need to learn how to march and fight.
Сказали, что делать.
Follow the path to the blue flag. First, click the soldier. Good. Now, right-click near the blue flag. Good. Now, move to the next flag. Click the soldier, then right-click near the flag. Excellent. To move to the next flag, you must walk through the black area. Moving into the black area reveals more of the map. The black area represents unexplored territory. That's all there is to it. Now go on to the next flag where you'll meet some allied soldiers. To move all your soldiers at once, click near the units and drag around them. Then right-click to move. Try moving your soldiers to the next flag. Did all your units make it to the flag? The road ahead is guarded by an English outpost. Scroll up to the outpost building by moving the mouse to the very top of the screen. Then click the red outpost. Right-click the outpost to attack. The outpost is destroyed. That should slow the English raids. Keep following the path to the village. Home sweet home. But wait. The English are angry that you destroyed their outpost. They're coming to attack your village. Don't panic. Just click your soldiers and right-click the English soldiers to attack. Defeat the enemy soldiers, and you will have won your first battle. Good job! Now you know how to fight back against the English army. Scotland has soldiers now, if only a few. But if we are to turn back the greed of Edward Longshanks, we will need many more recruits. Much more gold in our coffers. These ancient stones and oaks around us will soon be steeped in the blood of clansmen. An army marches on its stomach, or so the old saying goes. My clansmen have been farming and tending sheep for hundreds of years, but gathering enough food to feed an army is a different matter entirely. Without a strong economy, the meager forces that we've cobbled together will collapse again. To support the Scottish army, you'll need to build up your stockpile of resources. To win, gather 50 food, 50 wood, and 50 gold. To gather food from the forage bush, click a villager. right-click a forage bush near the blue flag. In the status area at the bottom of the screen, you can see how much food the villager is carrying. The villager continues to gather from the forage bush until he's carrying 10 food. The villager will continue working for you, carrying the food to the town center. The amount of food you have is shown in the upper left corner of the screen. In addition to your food stockpile, you can see your current wood, gold, and stone stockpiles. The more villagers you have, the faster you can gather resources. Assign your new villagers to gather food.
Да, смешно.
Great! You now have 50 food. To win, also gather 50 wood and 50 gold. To gather wood, click a villager, then right-click a tree. If you haven't found any gold yet, search in the unexplored territory. Good! You found some gold!
Kid.
Beat 4.
Leoniga.
Kid.
Ну, скажем, ничего.
Beat
Good
4.
job! You now have enough wood.
Beat 4.
Все, вот, отлично.
You're well on your way to making a city. Excellent! You now have enough gold. Edward Longshanks, for all his disrepute, has shown military tactics in Wales, England, and France to be very effective, if not cruel and ruthless. He's indeed an enemy to be feared. The English sacked the town of Berwick upon Tweed. Would that I could call it a battle, but it was truly more of a massacre. Unless we organize our army, there will be more massacres to follow. I pray we can be ready for Longshanks' coming. In villages throughout the Highlands, there is grim talk of skirmish between Scotland and England. We lost the city of Dunbar this week. Scottish defenders broke ranks and fled. The English have an army that is larger and better trained. To compete with them, we are going to need new recruits to pick up the spear, sword, or bow. We must remake these shepherds into soldiers. We will need many soldiers to defend our homeland. We'll start by creating villagers. Click your town center, then click the Create Villager button in the lower left corner of the screen. It takes time for a villager to appear. If your town center is selected, you can see the progress in the status area at the bottom of your screen. Good job! The villager has appeared next to your town center. Now, create another village. Good job! Try building another house. You need additional housing to support your population. To build a house, click a villager. Each house supports 5 units. The population indicator at the top of the screen shows your current supportable population. Click the Buildings button, click the Build House button, then click where you want to build a house. If more than one villager builds a building, it will go up faster. Other buildings are made just like houses. Try building a barracks. The barracks is a military building. Barracks complete.
Це зробиш.
Now you can create soldiers. Click the barracks, then click the Create Militia button. Selecting different buildings or units gives you different options in the lower left corner of the screen. That's one militia unit. Create 3 more, and you'll have enough soldiers to protect this area and win the scenario. Click the barracks, and quickly click the Create Militia button 3 more times to make 3 soldiers in a row.
Theodike.
Последній.
Now that you have a few soldiers, you'll be able to defend this area against English attacks. Now that we have militias stationed across the border, the English have slowed their raids. But facing Longshan's army will be another matter. The wicked English king has yet to bring his famous longbows to bear. Our militias could only get us so far. We are going to need more advanced weapons.
Він буде звичайно.
Rumors creep in from the south of a giant who leads the forces of Scotland, his great sword driving through earth and man and horse alike. If this mythical knight can hold the English advance, it will give us time to develop the arms we need. Even now, our smiths are forging swords and fletchers are making arrows and crossbow bolts. English use very advanced weapons and armor. To win, you will need to advance to the feudal age and repel the English raids. You're going to need to research some technologies of your own to increase the strength of your civilization. For example,
Пробуйте.
researching loom makes your villagers harder to kill. To research loom, click the town center, then click the Research Loom button.
Tidige. Forgere. Kid. Tidige. Forgere. Tidige.
Margaret, tall, bid 4, tall, bid 4, bid 4.
Erlen. Theodike.
Сейчас собираем 500 тысяч. Переходим на
Theodike.
In addition to gathering food at forage bushes, villagers can herd sheep or hunt deer for food.
Kid. Theodike. Kid. Theodike. Go, Hornet. Go. Rabuga.
Ну, так, необходимо еще кое-что.
Good!
Erlen.
You're on your way to the feudal age.
Erlam.
От меча.
Toe. Toe.
To arms! The English are making a sneak attack.
Erlam. Toe. Toe pain. Cut.
Он выжил.
Cut. Toe. Toe. Bit fear. Margaret.
Now that the battle is over,
Toe.
create some extra militia units at the barracks to replenish your forces.
Toe. Iskere. Raboye. Raboye.
Selgara.
Bit fear.
Так, почти закончил. Ну, и сейчас должны подойти еще и конницы. Кинуть.
Congratulations! Advancing to the next stage is the best way to improve your civilization. Near the minimap at the lower right corner of the screen is the idle villager button. Click it and locate villagers who are not currently assigned to a task. Now that you're in the feudal age, you can upgrade your militia to men-at-arms. Click the barracks, then click Upgrade to men-at-arms.
Качаем лучше. Качаемся.
Upgrading to man-at-arms will change all your militia units to the more powerful men-at-arms.
Kid. Selgara.
The English are attacking again!
Erlam.
Teach them a lesson with your new men-at-arms!
Закачались и лучше лучше.
Kid.
English are no match for your warriors!
Toe.
Я не понимаю, почему мне столько много получается, конечно. Ну, так надо.
Longshanks has invaded, stormed, and sacked the city of Perth. It's worse. He's captured the fabled Stone of Scone and declared himself King of Scotland. If we cannot bring about a victory in battle soon, then the Scottish armies will be too demoralized to put up any fight at all. If this mythical Scottish giant does exist, I wish he'd get his forces up to Stirling, where we shall next do battle. The time for minor skirmishes is over. We now prepare for war. The villain Longshanks is poised to cross the River Forth and threaten the town of Stirling with a force of men-at-arms, heavy cavalry, and a multitude of archers. Our newly formed army marches southward to establish our own base and attack the English before they can ready their troops.
Принято решение напасть до того, как англичане подготовятся к своим войскам, то есть остановим Ростов.
The time has come to take the offensive. The English have a fort near the town of Stirling. If we can defeat the English here, they may think twice about their invasion of Scotland. To win, destroy the English tower to the west. Scout cavalry are poor fighters, but they can see great distance. You can use your scout cavalry to explore the rest of the map and find the English. Before we attack the English to the west, we need to build up our forces. have your villagers start gathering food and you found some sheep. Sheep are a good source of food, so send them back to your town center and assign a villager to gather food from them. You can specify a location for new units to gather by selecting a gather point. For villagers, click the town center and click the Set Gather Point button. Keep making villagers at your town center until you have 10. The more villagers you have, the faster your resources will come in.
Здесь. Вот и всё. Правильно. Может, он 50%.
Use your villagers to build a mill near your forage bushes. The hill with the dead tree protects the only access to your town. It would be a good idea to build a watchtower on this hill once you advance to the feudal age.
Давайте сорвем лучше. Давайте поставим.
Пробуйте.
Kia.
Карт.
Так, большой. Да.
Пробуйте.
Arlen Theodga.
Kid. Fedega.
Kid. Rob Wigan.
Click the dock and build a fishing ship.
Bit dear. Rob Wigan.
Forgere. Ho. Fedega. Erla. Fedega. Kia. Ho. Fedega.
You're close to an English base. You better not knock down this wall until you've got an army of about 12 soldiers.
Ну, ушли. Я конечно, можно.
Пробуйте.
You can gain more food by building fishing ships.
Ho.
To create fishing ships, have your villagers build a dock in the water to the south.
Erlov.
Kid. Theodga. Toe. Bonnet. Kia. Toe. Bonnet.
Kart. Bonage. Forgere. Fedega.
Вещи, которые прибыл сюда, вполне хватит. И быстренько всем научились.
To fish, click a fishing ship and right-click on a leaping fish. The fishing ship will collect fish and automatically return them to the dock. Fishing ships are also useful for exploring.
Kid. Ho. Bonage.
Build a barracks and 5 militia to defend your villagers and explore the map.
Valgara.
Делать.
Rob Wigan.
Villagers can also build farms. Build 4 farms near your mill when your forage bushes are depleted. Each farm needs only 1 villager working on it.
Bonage. Пробуйте. Пробуйте.
Kid. Bonnet. Kia. Theodga. Bonnet. Rabuga. 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 Rabuga.
Vordere bugge.
Rabuga. Arla. Rabuga. Bittier. Rabuga. Rabuga. Arla. Rabuga.
Vordere. Tol. Bonnet. Vordere. Kjart. Bonnet.
Как это еще быстрее.
The English are coming to attack. To protect your villagers, you can use the town bell to garrison them in your town center. Click your town center, then click town bell.
Kid, always.
Good! You defeated the English assault. If you have villagers in your town center, ring the town bell again to send them back to work.
Margaret. Kid, bit fear.
Ну, потому что было больше места.
Kia. Rabuge.
Нам еще
Now that you've reached the feudal age, concentrate on making some soldiers to fight the enemy. You will need at least 12. Remember,
Rabuge.
you can upgrade your militia to men-at-arms at the barracks. You should always upgrade soldiers when you can afford it.
Rabuge.
тебя качали.
Bonnet. Vordere. Rabuge.
Kid, bit fear.
Don't forget, keep exploring the map.
Margaret. Oh, kid. Margaret.
Половина уже началась, готов. Да, уже половина началась.
Bit 4. Fargere. Evlav. Evlav. To.
Я думаю, мы уже готовы.
Foper.
Remember to upgrade your weapons and arms at the blacksmith. You do have a blacksmith, don't you?
Пробуйте. Пробуйте.
To. Foper.
Trebach. Oh,
Now you have a large enough force to attack the English base. Charge! Keep your villagers working just in case you suffer casualties and need to make more troops.
Foper. Hit. Evlav.
Я начну с тобой.
Dankat. Fargere.
Ну, мы там
Dankat. Foper. Bit 4. To. Bit
Так, ищем
4.
мишку.
Bit 4.
Один тяжелый.
Dankat.
Ну-ка. Так, я, в принципе, берешь мишку. Ничего не следует. Мишка уже. Окей.
Great job! You've destroyed the English camp.
Oh.
The Battle of Stirling is sure to end in victory for the Scots. Good job! You've eliminated the English soldiers. Now, destroy that tower, and our victory will be complete. Now that you know how to build up, advance through the ages, and find and fight your enemies, you have all the basic skills you need to play a random map game, the most common type of game in Age of Empires.
Еще раз разбить. Царь все. Опять. Нет, теперь один лучник. Ладно. Еще не было пост. Ага, пост.
Stirling was our first great victory. Even as we held the coastline, word came in that the Stirling Bridge had been held by a force of Scots led by the mythical knight, of whom so many have spoken. Now, we know his name. Sir William Wallace, the Hammer of the English.
16 века.
Edward Longshanks names Wallace a traitor and a criminal. But Sir William replies that he cannot be a traitor, since he never swore fealty to an English king. With Wallace leading our armies, the men fight with renewed vigor. Perhaps the tide of our misfortunes is about to turn. Our coffers were depleted at the Battle of Stirling, so we need to strengthen our economy once again before pushing south into lands held by the English. We need to construct a market and establish trade routes to the villages of friendly clans. Local legends speak of 3 sacred relics hidden south of Stirling. Acquiring these artifacts for Wallace's army will be a great boost to Scottish morale. The Scottish army has been rallied by recent victories against the English.
Kid.
Situation's
Rob
starting
Wigan.
to look up. Did you know that there are 3 different modes for the minimap in the lower right corner of
Rob
the screen? You can show only military units or only resources and trade units by clicking the buttons just below and to the right of the minimap. It will help the morale of our army to collect holy relics and place them in our monastery. One of the relics is close to your town. An ally has another relic, and the English have captured a third. You can retrieve a relic by clicking a monk and right-clicking the relic. Monks have other abilities as well. They can heal your injured soldiers or those of your allies. They can also attempt to convert enemy soldiers to join your army.
Margaret. Toe.
Good! You have a relic. Protect the relic in the monastery by right-clicking the monastery. Perfect. You now have 1 relic garrison. Relics garrisoned in your monastery will slowly add gold to your stockpile. Farms are a good source of food once you've exhausted forage bushes and animals. Farms are built like buildings and must be periodically rebuilt. To gather food from a farm, click a villager, then right-click a farm.
Toe. Bid fear.
Erla. Toe.
Bonnet.
Toe.
Arla. Bonnet.
You've reached your ally's town. Go inside and see how his city's doing. Your ally's gate will open automatically for you.
Welcome. If you've come for the relic, you can find it on the hill to the northeast of our town.
It's nice to have allies on the map. Your ally, the Yellow Flyer, can help you fight the enemy. You can also trade with your allies. To trade, you'll need to build a market.
Erlov. Toe. Erlov.
Theodke.
Bid fear. Kia. Roboge.
Bid fear.
Rob Wigan.
Bonnet. Bonnet. Kid.
You have a market. The market can create trade cards to generate extra gold. You can also exchange one resource for another at the market for a small fee. Click the market, then click Sell Food for Gold.
Erlov.
You made a trade card. If you click the trade card on your allies' market, you can make extra gold. Your trade card will automatically make trips between your and your allies' market. You now have 2 relics garrisoned. Bring back 1 more and you'll be victorious.
Мне кажется, можно еще одну видео повидеть.
Tall. Tall.
Однако, это ритм, по-моему, было отлично.
Bit fear.
И нам придется не справиться.
Tall.
Kia. Toe.
Да,
Tall.
по-моему,
Tall.
мы можем...
The English are attacking our town. Can you tribute any spare food or gold to us? Thanks for the resources. If you have any spare soldiers, come to our town and let's drive the English out.
Forget it.
Tribute your ally. Click the diplomacy button in the upper right corner of your screen. Give your ally some food and gold, but don't give him everything you own. Villagers and soldiers normally appear outside of the building that created them. You can have your units move to a spot once they're created by using gather points. To set a gather point for infantry, click your barracks, click Set Gather Point, then click where on the map you want your infantry to gather.
Еще не выпущу.
Bid fear.
Если не выпущу.
Bid fear.
Что нашего родичка?
Margaret. Tall.
You can use the technology tree to see what technologies and upgrades you can research. Click the technology tree button in the upper right corner of the screen to see the tree for your civilization.
Спинисты на обратить врага. Сила врага против него самого же.
Erlov. Toe.
Это не вопрос.
Toe.
Возьмем самый любимец.
Rob Boogie. Rapa.
Броню.
Forget it. Erlov.
Так, начнем обращение.
Bid fear. Kia. Erlov. Bid fear.
Always.
Так, я сейчас не постараюсь.
You have enough soldiers now to think about attacking the English and recovering their relic.
Forget it. Forget it.
Margaret. Tall.
If you're getting ready to attack the English, I can help you out. Here, take this food and wood.
Нам отправили гуманитарную помощь. Сейчас дадим еще минут.
Margaret. Toe. Theodore. Fear.
Времени тяжело.
Rob Boogie.
Рабоге. Bitfir.
Margaret.
Число сам.
Tall mail. Kid, bit 4. Dan kat, bit 4. Kogo. Kid, tall mail.
Ja. Kia. Toe. Toe.
Крестьянин.
Кart.
Шпион.
Toe.
Лазутчик.
Kid, kid.
Kart. Boning. Toe. Kart. Toe. Kart. 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 Toe. Kart. Toe. 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 Kart. Toe. 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 Toe.
Bit 4. Mail.
Кончится.
Toe.
Margaret. Toe. 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 Toe.
Ja.
Как мы написал дальше.
Kia. Kia. Rabogge.
Toe. Raboga.
Forgere. Rabogge. Ja. Hello. Toe. Ja. Toe. Hello. Kia. Ja.
Все, последний наш.
Ja. Kid.
Не можешь спасти.
Kid.
Forgere. Kia. Kar, kar. Toe. Toe. Kid. Midfield.
Наши никто не знает.
Toe. Midfield. Toe. Ja. Midfield.
Congratulations! You've captured all 3 relics.
Отлично. Это было довольно. Если не знаю, можно отправиться в дом. Однако должны пошли получать.
With the 3 relics now locked away safely in Scottish churches, men murmur that we are blessed by the heavens. Our army now stands a chance as we prepare for the final clash with the English. Scotland now has archers and knights of our own with which to meet Longshanks. We march south to Falkirk, where we will rendezvous with the army of William Wallace and plan our combined attack upon the English castle.
Всем известно, как она скончится. Мы должны привести шотландцев.
The only way we can hold the boggy lowlands around Falkirk is to build a castle and as many walls as we can construct in a short time. These fortifications will serve to protect our camp as we construct siege weapons with which to assault the English castle. Once the castle is constructed, Wallace himself has sworn to join our forces, and together we will attack Longshanks
Так,
and his
я
English
голос
troops.
присоединиться к нам. Кайрон замок. И тогда можно один опор.
The English could attack at any time. You have some walls already, but you should complete them as soon as you have enough stone.
Nienige. Hello.
Построил стену. Ему сказали, что он ничего
Rabuja.
не сказать. Он слишком получится. И ничего не сказал.
Rabuja.
If you have surplus resources of one type, you can sell them for gold at your market.
Rabuja.
You can then use the gold to buy what you need.
Margaret, bid 4. Bid 4.
Увеличение туда. И начало поставить. Что ж,
Tall, bid 4. Tall, bid 4. Dann cut.
даже регулировать фокус. Показать, что они не там.
You can also build towers to defend your city. Units can garrison within a tower for defense and protection, and archers can even fire out of a tower.
Конница, конечно,
Tall, bid.
Мечты, конечно, что обошлось без потерь.
Erlach. Dann cut.
Нет, ты не хочешь ломать. Быстро сладкий костюм.
Bonnet.
To build a castle, you must first advance to the next age, the Castle Age.
Dann cut.
Последний
Tall. Tall, bid.
разбил.
Margaret.
The advance buttons let you set combat states for your soldiers. A defensive soldier will be less likely to attack an enemy that comes near him. Click a military unit, then note the combat stance buttons on the lower left corner of the screen. Using the advance buttons, you can also order a soldier to patrol an area between 2 points and guard or follow another unit.
Так что отлично.
Kid, bid
Похоже, как
4.
на
Dann cut.
что он творит. Посмотрим.
Tall, tall. Tall,
Огонь.
bid. Margaret. Tall.
В принципе, я думаю, справиться спокойно. Одними руками. И застрял. Почему бы?
The advanced buttons allow access to a new type of formation. For example, with a box formation, you can protect a weak unit such as a monk.
Bonnet.
Ничего не заканчивается. В принципе, я думаю, мы сможем быстро
Toe. Nienige.
Bid. Tall, bid. Tall.
Да, вот Варварский союзный флот. Вот. Вот.
Erlov. Boonage. Boonage. Boonage.
Margaret.
Первые стычки уже подходят. Отлично.
Arlov. Bonnet, bonnet. Arlov. Bitfear. Bonnet. Bonnet.
Kia. Trebach. Boonage.
Сейчас начнем делать. Чтобы потом можно было начинать. Чтобы начинать.
Пробуйте.
Нужно. Потом я уже чисто записал.
Arlov. Rob Wigger.
Kid. Forbered. Erlov.
Rob Wigger.
Пробуйте.
Kid. Kjart. Rob Wigger. Bitfear. Rob Wigger. Kia. Rob Wigger. Rob Wigger.
Kid. Tall. Tall. Bit fear. Tall. Tall.
Можно опять.
Tall. 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 Bit fear. Margaret. Erlov. Erlov. Kid. Duncat. Tall. Bit fear. Duncat. Duncat. Tall. Forbered. Forbered. Duncat. Tall.
Стоп, какие британские? Английские.
Tall. Tall. Forbered.
Англичане же.
Duncat. Forbered. Tall.
Возможно, веки. Почему просто говорю? Лучше не хорошо. Так, наши команды.
Duncat. Forbered.
Nienige. Oh. Oh. Rob Wigger.
Tall. Bit fear.
Arlov. Rob Wigger.
Forgere. Пробуйте.
Bit fear. Tall. Bit fear. Forbered. Tall. Tall.
Да, если попадается.
You have enough resources to go to the Castle Age. You should do that soon.
Tall. Forbered. Tall.
Kjart. Oh.
Bit fear. Topper. Bit 4.
Пробуйте.
Kid, toe. Erlaub. Toe. Dann cut.
Нет, все-таки не
Topper. Toe. Bit 4. Topper. Toe. Bit 4. Toe. Dann cut. Toe. Erlaub. Kid, bit 4. Kid, bit 4. Vargere. Erlaub. Topper. Erlaub. Vargere. Erlaub. Kid. Vargere.
Да, все-таки какая машина.
Congratulations. You're going to find lots of things to do in the castle age.
Vargere.
For starters,
Кстати,
try building a siege workshop to make battering rams and other siege weapons.
становимся.
Пробуйте.
Bit 4.
Где тут наше войско?
Toe.
Главное, что
Dann cut. Bit 4. Toe. Dann cut. Topper. Bit 4. Dann cut. Topper.
выучим.
Dann cut. Topper. Bit 4.
Kid.
Toe. Erlaub.
You may need to assign extra villagers to gather stones so you'll have enough to build the castle and all the fortifications you'll need.
Toe. Erlaub. Toe. Bit 4. Dann cut. Vargere. Dann cut. Vargere. Toe. Vargere. Toe.
Great! You've completed the castle. Sir William will be here soon, and then it will be time to attack the English.
Если не получится.
Wallace has come.
Отлично. Вот уже
Erlaub. Toe.
волос.
Toe. Erlaub.
Синий дальше. Дальше. Это очень круто.
Пробуйте.
One of your most powerful units is created at the castle. Create 10 more Wold Raider.
Vargere. Dann cut. Kid. Kid. Bit 4.
Лучно.
Bit 4. Toe. Hopper. Vargere. Dann cut.
Копья.
Erlaub. Toe.
William Wallace and his Wold Raiders on your side. The English may be in trouble. Once you have a large army with plenty of siege weapons,
Пробуйте.
go. Destroy the
Так, я
English
не понимаю,
castle.
что там. Да. Будем нападать.
Trebuchets are massive siege weapons with a great range, available only in the Imperial Age. Remember that trebuchets must be packed to move and unpacked to fight.
Erlov. Topper. Bit fear. Dann cut. Oh. Dann cut. Dann cut. Dann cut. Bit.
Пробуйте. Пробуйте.
The English castle at Falkirk is no more. The English pretensions in Scotland are surely at an end. The forces of Wallace are triumphant.
С первой победы. Первая кампания считается закончена. С вами был я.
It looked certain that we would be defeated at Falkirk.
Звуки.
Yet,
Тинькова
somehow,
Шотландца.
though outnumbered and outranged by English longbows, we
Заканчиваем
were
прохождение
victorious!
первой обучающей.
English castle
кампании.
was torn down,
Age of
and a
Empires.
Scottish one will be built in its place. William Wallace has shown us the path to victory. Although he's but one man, he inspires great deeds in others, and many of the Scottish princes and lords have drawn their swords with his. Wallace's own sword is a 5.5-foot beast, forged, of course, in Scotland. He has sworn not to rest until his sword finds the neck of Edward Longshanks. The struggle will continue, but we have learned the ways of war. Now, it is the English who will know fear.